Hello everyone, welcome back on Into Susie Saves. I am Susie. If you're new here, hello. My name is Susie. We are a dual income household of me and my husband, and today is our Transfer Tuesday videos. So we are cash stuffers, which means every week I go to the bank and I take out what we're going to spend that week in cash. This is just because I'm really bad about overspending on cards because the cash on the card just doesn't seem as tangible to me. So instead we go to the bank and we withdraw it. But not everything gets withdrawn from the bank, obviously. So for us specifically, my husband has a 401k, we both have Roth IRAs, and then we're trying to build a brokerage account. So this video here is to show what exactly we did to move towards our goals this week in those regards. So let's jump into it. Right off the bat, here we are. If we look at the upper left-hand corner there, this is the amount in all of our accounts, which is $43,611.59. This first mammoth Roth IRA we're looking at is mine. I'm 23 years old. I've been putting into my Roth since I was 18. I also did a 401k to IRA rollover into this Roth when I was younger. And I filled it completely for the first time last year. So the plan is, moving forward, to fill it every year. My husband's Roth and the brokerage account we'll deal with separately, but we're going to go through the accounts one by one. So, my Roth IRA has $35,499.71. This green highlighted column over here, we're going to go one to the right and just look at the current values of the stock I hold. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial expert. This is just for accountability, and I think it's interesting. No one ever talks about what they're invested in, I feel like. So luckily we're breaking out of that now because it's 2025, but I just want to show people what I'm invested in. And it also makes sure that I can look back at my old videos and see what I was doing. So we got $10 in cash, which is fine. You really don't want a lot in cash in these accounts because it tends not to grow. VOX, I got 2,700. Tesla's at 1,400. About 3,000 in IVV, that's the iShares S&P 500. 1,200 in NVIDIA. 3,200 in FDKVX. This is my target date fund. This is a Freedom Fidelity 2060 fund. So like I said, I'm 26, so I will be 61 in 2026. Sorry, 2060. So I won't exactly be retired yet, but the next date I think was 2065. It's not super important to me. I plan on retiring early, but that would be the closest target date fund. So I chose that one so that hopefully it will be conservative at the time I need it to be and aggressive at the time I need it to be. Almost $18,000 in VOO. This is the Vanguard S&P 500. I'm not VOO for life, but it has been treating me very well. So I've been putting quite a bit of money in there. So it's been growing very nice. Next is FFGCX. It's the global commodity stock. I've got 800 in there. 1,600 in FDC. 1,600 in VIG. This is the dividend fund, and it has been giving dividends, so it's been nice. Just shy of $1,000 in VTI. This is very similar to VOO, except this is specifically in technology sectors. It just happens to be that right now a lot of the big companies are in technology, so like Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. So a little bit different there, but a lot of them share the same company. And then $900 in Coke. Now, specifically this week, we're going to start bottom to top. I received a whole bunch of dividends because Q3 is over. So we got almost $7 from Coke, $6 from VIG, and $50 from VOO. We can see the VOO reinvested itself. And then we got $3 in VTI and 7 cents in NVIDIA. Thank you, NVIDIA. Which is interesting. So for some reason, the NVIDIA, VTI, VIG, and Coke did not reinvest themselves. I'm not sure. I thought I had it to always reinvest anything that I got in dividends. So I'll have to make sure and look exactly what the settings are there. But when I saw that extra cash, I just spent it. It was like 10, 13 bucks. So I put in 250 this week. This is pretty normal. I am just shy of $1,000 left to contribute this year. So this will be done by the end of this month, which is very exciting. I bought $150 of VIG and then $110 of VTI. Like I said, I had a little bit of extra money to play with there from the dividends I received this month. Next is our brokerage account. In Fidelity, it's called a cash management account. We have $2,806.73 in here. I'm going to contradict myself because I have $1,000 of cash in this account, but this is strategic. So yes, this cash would grow a lot faster if invested, but this is not investment money. This money in here is tied to a card, a physical card that you could swipe, and it is $1,000 of our emergency fund. The rest of our emergency fund is growing in a CD because we wanted it to be a little liquid, but still at like a personal bank that we could just go to during normal operating hours. But we also wanted it to grow a little bit more than just in a regular savings account, so it's in a CD right now. But anyway, so this is easily accessible. It's $1,000 if we were out somewhere. This is a card we carry with us in case of emergencies. So if we need specifically like a towing or if there's a middle of the night emergency vet, something or another, you know, we could take the card and it would pay $1,000 of whatever the emergency might happen to be. We have $200 of NVIDIA, $1,500 in VOO, $140 in Coke, and then $30 in our target date fund. I really want to diversify this portfolio. I need to talk a little bit more to a financial expert. I am not one about what exactly the diversification looks like in this portfolio, and then we're going to be putting in a lot more money coming up soon because yesterday I started my new job, so I'll have to look and see. It is a substantial pay increase, but we're also starting to do the adult thing, so we have to pay insurance. I am getting a 401k. Exciting. But there is money that's going to be taken out of that paycheck, so I don't realistically know how much larger the paycheck will be. But we'll see that in about 2 weeks here. So this week specifically, start at the bottom, we received dividend from Coke of 86 cents. Thank you, Coke. $4 from VOO, which did immediately get reinvested. So like I said, there's something off in my reinvestments there. And then I put $25 in. This is a 3% raise that I got last year. NVIDIA gave me 1 cent. Thank you, NVIDIA. And then I went ahead and bought the Freedom Fidelity Fund. Again, trying to diversify this portfolio just a little bit more. And now we have my husband's Roth IRA, which is, if you look over on the right-hand column, or left-hand column here, $5,305.15. We started this Roth for him in April. So technically he had the account before, but he couldn't put in. He just didn't have the extra money. We were not married until this year, so I could not put money in there for him previous to this year. And now that's this year, we're filling it up, baby. So we're going to try. So we're going to fully fund the Roth this year. He has about $2,000 he needs to fill it. Hoping to have that done by the end of November so that January 1st we can start filling our new Roths. But technically, you can contribute up till tax day for your Roth, so you don't need to fill it until April of the next year, but we're going to try to do it sooner just so that we have that extra time. Okay, so again, we're going to start at the green column, one to the right, and look at the current value. $10 in cash, $2,300 in VOO, $200 in SPY, $700 in his target date fund, $1,100 in VTI, $800 in VIG, $100 in VDC, and then $100 in Coke. So I don't know. We'll look at how diversified it is and if we need to diversify it a bit more. This week specifically, bottom to top here, 72 cents dividend in Coke. Thank you, Coke. $2 in VIG, almost $7 in VOO, $3 in VTI, and none of it automatically reinvested. So I will take a look at that and make sure we get that started. Technically, does it matter? I don't know, but any automation you can do, I think, is good. So I do think that these should be automated. We put in $250 this week. 200 of that went to VIG, and then 60, because we had a little bit extra from the dividends, went to VOO. So very, very cool. And last but not least, our new segment here, which is the 401k. This is my husband's 401k. It's weird. I don't know what has happened. I'll need to look and see. I don't really know. So technically, his vestment time, I believe, is 4 years. But it's showing that the total is fully vested. So perhaps I'm wrong. I know that he also gets employee stock, and I know that the employee stock is a 4-year term vested time frame. Maybe the 401k is different and I just didn't happen to catch that. But right now it's showing it's fully vested. I don't know. So technically he's been with the company for 6 months. So maybe it's a 6-month vested time period. We'll see if when they put in more money this next week, if it's just goes directly into the vested balance and they stay the same forever, or if it starts to differentiate again. We did see last week that these were not the same, that his vested balance was only his contributions. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I do not know why it's different. But that is it for this week for what we did on our retirement front. If you have anything you did this week, even if it's not finance related, if it's a goal you hit, or if it's something that you're working on that you're excited for, like me, I got a promotion in a new job that started yesterday, and it's very, very exciting. So looking forward to day 2. But yeah, if you have anything like that, please let me know. I'd love to celebrate your wins as well as mine. And I will see you tomorrow, I guess, because we still need to record the Q3 net worth update and then a what we spent in September video. So if either of those interest you, subscribe and like and come along on the journey. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.